It's going to cut my head off there. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Welcome to the Menopause Made More Joyful show with Joylux. My name is Dawn Chube. Super happy you're here. We're just getting logged on. I'm just going to make sure we're all connected on our Instagram. And as you start to filter in, I welcome you to the show. And please let us know where you're watching from. Drop us a hi. What do you know about Joylux? What have you tried from Joylux? I'm super curious. We are stronger together as a community. And yes, I see we are live on Facebook. So welcome to everybody who is streaming live on Facebook. If you are watching on my Facebook and Instagram, please join us at the link that I have pinned, which is basically the joylux.com website. You will find a live shopping page, and we invite you to join us there for the most immersive experience. That really is the best place to join us. So we hope that you do. It's the way that we can communicate with you in a more streamlined space. And of course, it's the best way to shop, because everything that we talk about, everything that we see and that we show you, you can just learn more about with the click of a button while you watch. And you can also make your purchase, including a very special Valentine's Day bundle that we have created that I'm bringing to you live, exclusively live. We've never seen it on a live stream before. This is our self-love Valentine's Day bundle. So not only are you getting our classic V-Fit, and I'm going to explain all that this is about in just a second. You're also going to be getting the photonic wipes. You're getting the photonic gel. You're getting this super cute. And by the way, I just noticed this. It's like a little strawberry case, but look at the shape. I mean, how did I not notice this before? Did you guys notice this? Like, am I just like, maybe that's the perimenopausal brain that I wasn't seeing, but that's the point. It's sort of cute, but also a little discreet and a little bit cheeky as well. And you get a really nice little eye mask as well. So it's all about self-love, self-care. We're talking about Joylux, and we're talking about the V-Fit. So as you start to join us at joylux.com/pages/streams, I want to explain a little bit about what the V-Fit is. Now, maybe you're one of the 6,000 women today that will go through menopause in the US alone. That's over 2 million women per year that go through menopause. And with that, we suffer some incredible symptoms, and incredible not in a good way, but we do suffer some symptoms, including vaginal dryness, including vaginal discomfort, incontinence, maybe a lack of libido, or a loss, even minimal, is a big deal, right? And also things like urinary tract infections. And it happens because our body ages, our skin ages, our tissue ages down there, just like it does on other areas of our skin. So take a look here, right? Maybe you are somebody that has noticed on your face tissue laxity. Guess what happens down there too? Bladder leakage, right? So we're talking about pelvic floor strength depleting, and of course, all, pain during sex and all of that. So enter the V-Fit. As we go through this presentation, I want you to think of the V-Fit not only as your personal trainer, but because of this incredible red light therapy, you're getting the benefits of cellular regrowth. You're getting tissue repair. I want you, as you look at this device, to think of it first again as your personal trainer for your vagina, but it also leverages the same kind of technology that we are used to on other areas of our body. So drop a note in the comments if you've ever used maybe a red light device on your face, or maybe you've gone to a med spa and gotten some sort of treatment, red light therapy. It can be very expensive. It's very effective. And it's why Colette, when she founded Joylux, took her background knowledge from her time in those medical spas where she was managing several of them, and thought, my gosh, look at all the healing and the regrowth and all of the support that red light therapy gives to our skin, the skin we often see. I wonder if it could help with the other areas. And of course, she knew this to be true. And she actually built initially the V-Fit with the problem that she had, but also that others would. So when she had her son, and we just showed it, but maybe we'll show it again. She was thrust not only to the joys of motherhood, she was also thrust into postpartum and perimenopause. So you can imagine, right? It's just all the mixture of feelings and emotions. And then on top of it, your body, it feels like it's starting to betray you. So she founded Joylux, and with Dr. Sarah, created the Joylux, along with a team of scientists, of course. And what I love about Dr. Sarah is she really does advocate for women. She says right here, she knows how important it is to prioritize intimate health, that VFit helps women regain the confidence and comfort in their intimate lives naturally and invasively. So I'm going to show you quickly how this device works, and then we're going to show you, clinicals and testimonials, and we're going to show you also maybe some of the options you've considered. So I'm going to turn this off for now, and as you're joining us, again, if you're watching on social media, join us at the link that I've pinned, which is essentially joylux.com. I see we've got a number of you joining us. Hello, everybody. Dawn, hello. Dawn is here as well. Both of us. Couple of Dawns. I love it. We do have a few different devices. And so, yeah, why don't I tell you about the devices that we have here, and then we'll go through sort of how it works. So this is our classic device. Now with our self-love bundle, which includes the eye mask, it includes a cute little case. Of course, you always get, the satchel, right? The little pouch that comes all the time. You get an eye mask, you get the photonic gel, and of course, you also get the wipes. So this is the classic device. Also available on its own, but honestly, for just a few dollars more, you get all of the other things. The classic device runs on the same technology as the award-winning, the Oprah Winfrey award-winning menopause device for pelvic floor strength and pelvic health. This is the Halle Berry Pro version. They all work the same. There's just a couple of little differences. And if you are scouting the area, you're also going to notice we also have the rose gold. But for all intents and purposes, rose gold, other than how it looks, same device. This one is basically the Pro version. So what are the biggest differences? Let me answer that for you, Dawn. All of them have the red light therapy. All of them have sonic vibration. All of them have gentle warmth. The biggest difference is this one is more powerful. This gives you longer treatment time. It gives you more vibration modes. And of course, it's got the custom chrome finish. Now, this one does not come in any kind of bundle, so you can get it on its own, but I also recommend taking a look at our lineup, photonic gel at the very least. Certainly the wipes are helpful as well. But let me run through the technology for you. So here's your device. They're all the same size, okay? And it was funny, I was looking at the Oprah Menopause Awards and sort of what they had said about the device. And they're like, looks like a vibrator. And the reality is it's really the nature of our anatomy. Right? It's kind of got to be shaped like this so that it can go into our vagina and hit the areas that we need it to hit. But what are we actually doing? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn on your device. And this is the same process no matter which device you choose. And then right now it's on. So there's no buzzing, there's no light. We now have to choose our treatment time. One button is 6, then we go to 8, then we go to 10. And by the way, you're starting at 6 and you're doing that for a couple of weeks every other day. So this is a process, but it's very manageable within your schedule. Then you hold down the center button and you'll immediately hear the vibration. You'll feel the vibration. There are different modes. You can control it by this button right here. You can also turn off the vibration if you want, which I will just for now because we're doing this sort of presentation. Now, did you see how bright that light went? Those are those really nice, strong LED lights, and they are at the perfect wavelength to promote tissue repair and to help rejuvenate and also to help stimulate cell growth. So 6 high-powered red LED lights, 6 sonic modes, 40 degrees Celsius. So these are the mechanisms that allow you to get the benefits of the VFit. And then of course, up to 10 minutes with your traditional classic VFit, you go up to 12 minutes with your Halle Berry version. And of course, again, it's a bit stronger, more powerful, I should say. And what that does is it just gets you there faster. Now, I will say with our self-love bundle, in addition to the photonic wipes and of course the little pouch and the what was it called? The eye mask. You're also getting the photonic gel, which will also increase the power of your VFit device. So, which is great because of course we're increasing the power of the light, which again means that you get there faster. So how does this work? How do you use this? Well, you're going to essentially not worry about how big this part is. That's the brain. You're going to worry about putting maybe a little bit of photonic gel on the device, which will increase the power, but also makes it sometimes a little bit easier to insert, especially because we are maybe a bit drier down there. That's kind of part of the reason you're going to use this. And I'll share the benefits and the clinical studies in just a second. But, of course, you could use a little lube if you need to. But essentially what you're doing is you're inserting into your vagina only up to the light. Okay, and you can see how powerful that light is. You can see how bright that light is. It's a gentle, cozy warmth. And just for 6 minutes while you're scrolling your TikToks and all that kind of good stuff, you're just going to lay back and relax, sit down and relax. Maybe you're having your tea in the morning. So 6 minutes every other day for 1 to 2 weeks. Then you'll upgrade to 8, about the same amount of time, then up to 10. And after that, you'll be in maintenance mode, which is a really nice place to be. Because if you imagine, again, being at a point where you are experiencing pain during sex or vaginal dryness, and you are looking to get the benefits of what the VFit can do for you, like improved sensation, like increased natural vaginal hydration. We do have hydrators, of course, for your vulva, and we've got lubricants that really do offer you skincare to the inside when it comes to the Halle Berry Respin and Let's Spin. But we're talking about your natural hydration. This is going to help elevate your confidence in and out of the bed, and of course, improved intimate wellness. And as we look to this, I'm going to say Valentine's Day, whether you're doing a Galentine's Day or you're on your own, or you're with somebody, I want you to think of your intimate health as part of your overall well-being. Hands up if you've felt the stigma ever of having the conversation with a partner about what your body is going through, or even your doctor. We're very grateful to have Dr. Sarah on the Joylux team, because Dr. Sarah is really an advocate for women. She is a friend of all of ours, and she's very active on the Joylux Instagram page, which is amazing, because she's not there to just let's sell you a VFit. She's there to educate you about what you're going through, what support there is. She doesn't always talk about the products that Joylux offers. In fact, many of the time she's talking about things that you may be going through, and when to sort of think something's normal, when to be concerned, and what solutions are out there for you, which is why we're so thrilled that she is a part of the team that has helped created the VFit. Now, I'm just going to take a look at some of the questions that you have. Dawn said perfect. It's a little confusing because my name's Dawn too, but I'm glad I answered your question for you. And I will say Heather from the Joylux team is also online. So she's there to answer any questions that either I can't get to or get to fast enough. And of course, let's put up the number, Lauren, too. Anytime you have any questions about the products or what's right for you, you're always welcome to call the Joylux team. Now, I want to just quickly, I'm going to pull up maybe our Halle Berry version. Do you know that this particular device recently, like literally 2 weeks ago, won an award? And this was a part of Oprah Daily. It is called the Menopause Awards, and it was deemed one of the best pelvic floor strength devices, right? Pelvic floor support devices. And again, I often refer to this as the Halle Berry device, but what it really is, it was Halle Berry that had herself experienced the original, the classic VFit, and literally said the word, this is a game changer. And for good reason, because she herself she's a real person. Like sometimes we think celebrities, they've got like all the resources available to them, but they actually suffer from the same things we do. Why? Because they're people. And some, maybe she's done vaginal rejuvenation. I don't know. I'm not speaking for Halle, but like these are maybe more expensive treatments that some people like celebrities would have, like vaginal rejuvenation. Maybe some of you have considered hormone replacement therapy, but Halle is a person just like us. She would want something that is also convenient, right? Is also easily accessible. And this is a non-invasive way to help support your pelvic health, but also tissue repair. So maybe some of you have, you're all about the Kegels, and I am so thrilled that you know how to do them and that you're diligent, because I'm going to assume that you're rocking those Kegels, right? But and no one's saying don't do the Kegels, but the one thing, well, there's many things actually that the VFit does differently, but one of the big differences between like just relying on Kegels and using a device like the VFit, right, is the red light therapy and of course the sonic vibration. Now I'll explain the sonic vibration and the purpose for that in a moment, because sometimes people say, oh, like, okay, is this my pleasure device? And let me tell you, there's actually a very, I'm going to say like a very valid, well, not that that's not valid. Your pleasure is valid too, but there is an additional reason why there is that mechanism. And I'll share that in a second. But I want to just address red light therapy. In the chat, how many of you ever tried some sort of red light therapy device, whether it's for fixing a muscle. Maybe you went to the chiropractor or the physiotherapist and they put like a red light pad on your muscles because they were injured. Or maybe you've done microneedling and they followed up with red light on your face, and or maybe you've laid in one of those infrared red light therapy beds, right? Which, by the way, can cost a lot of money, not only for the clinic, but to be able to use. This is the same kind of technology. And by the way, Joylux didn't invent this technology. NASA invented this technology, and it's used by NASA, and it's for, again, to help promote cellular regrowth, tissue repair, to nourish, right? So this really helps stimulate and prompt your body to heal itself with the use of red light. And so can you imagine that not only do you have this red light, 6 high-powered red light LEDs, and then you heard it earlier. Let me see if I can turn it back on. There we go. Can you hear it? So that's the sonic vibration. And then, of course, we got the gentle warmth. Now, let me address the sonic vibration. A lot of people, and especially, I'm going to say, and I know sometimes we have men that are watching, in particular on my social media, because I've got a diverse group of people that watch, and they're probably thinking, like, what is Dawn presenting here? Let me tell you, my friends, that it's really the vibration. Yes, I mean, it's vibrating, but it really is purposeful in why it is part of this design. So way back in the day, well, not that far, a couple years ago when I worked at the Shopping Channel, we would actually sell plates, like essentially something that people would stand on and they would vibrate. And the whole purpose was like lymphatic drainage. It was to promote circulation. And so if you think about what happens to our body, right, as we age, in particular down there, we start to see the collagen deplete, right? We start to see the elastin deplete, and we start to get a bit more raisin-like. So when we start to, improve the circulation and the blood flow, right, because that's what circulation is, and when we start to work on that tissue repair, we go from the raisin to a little bit more grape-like. What do you guys think? I picked the red balloons this time. They're not as sad as the pale ones. Can I get some hearts in the chat? But no, seriously, here's the reality, right? So what we're looking for, and this is the case too when we get that red light therapy on our face, is we're looking to stimulate that collagen. We're looking to repair tissue. We're looking to get plump and juicy and bounce back, right? When we start to see the depletion of that, which is going to happen naturally, like no one's saying you're going to stay a grape forever. But if you can delay, or if you can bounce back from a raisin-like state, like which would you rather? Which would you rather? And so this is why even, when we look at the benefits that the VFit brings you from each separate part of it, when you look at the VFit in general, I invite you to look at this again as your workout trainer, your personal trainer. So yes, you can continue to do the Kegels. They can be supported beautifully with your VFit. But if you did not do Kegels, your VFit is going to work it for you. The VFit, bright, right? That's the LED. But the VFit is also going to fill the gaps on anything that you're not doing properly. How many times have you gone to the gym and, the trainer had to kind of adjust your stance just a little bit to actually fully activate your muscles? This is what the VFit is going to do for you. And by the way, so many great testimonials online. Look at this, life-changing. Vaginal moisture increased with just a few sessions. Absolutely one of the best investments in my health that I have ever made. Moisture, sensitivity, tissue health, and more. I love that one because it really is all inclusive of what the VFit does. And then Lauren, who is 61 years young, level 61, because we want to be at the higher levels, right? My wish is for every woman to be able to have a VFit. I'm so happy with the results in just a few weeks. I love those. Let me take a quick look at the comments. Okay. Oh, Lynn, thank you. Because I asked earlier, how many of you have experienced red light therapy in some form? And Lynn said, yes, she's done it for joint pain management. Excellent. So Lynn, you understand the science behind the red light, right? Let me see if anyone else. Oh, Michelle 61 too. Excellent. Wonderful. Okay. Dawn, I know I keep seeing myself. I'm like, it's not me answering in there. Dawn asked, do you have to start with fewer minutes and can you jump in? Okay, here's the answer. We give you the protocol of 6, 8, 10, or up to 12, right? If you're getting the Pro device, which is the Halle Berry collaboration. We do that so that you have a way to sort of progress through. And for many, it's maybe the first time you're experiencing some sort of therapy. This is therapy, by the way. And in fact, in some insurance plans, you might actually have it covered. You have to check for yourself on that, but it is established therapy, just to let you know. If you feel comfortable with starting at 8 instead of 6, or diving right into 10, go for it. You'll get there faster. Okay. But what we don't want to do is overwhelm you and think, oh my gosh, this is like, you got to go run the marathon on day 1. Like, we don't want you to feel that way, but you do you, girl. Like, this is safe and it is effective. There might feel like a bit of a learning curve the very first time you put it in, because if you're not really, used to, maybe you're not that active down there, like it might be a little bit of, again, reminding you of that feeling of putting something in and working with the ergonomically designed V-Fit to insert only to here. But once you get going on that, yeah, I mean, Lynn, absolutely. You go at the level you want. And to that point, if 6 minutes in the beginning feels like a bit much, try 3 or 4. It will take you longer to get to the destination, right? Slower you go. But anything that you do that's different than what you're doing now is going to get you some incredible results. And when we talk about the Pro version, I want to remind you, this is a doctor recommended device. Take a look at some of the reasons the doctors actually recommend this to their I was going to say customers, but their what is it called, patients. Can you guys tell? I'm 53, so I definitely have the fog once in a while. I recommend V-Fit to my patients who've had children and gone through menopause. V-Fit has an innovative red light technology that helps tone and increase the sensation of tightness, right? Like we're talking about your personal trainer, right? An incredible tool to help women finally feel confident again. For my patients, V-Fit is easy, effective, and all natural, a perfect fit. I want to address also what Dr. Sarah talked about, women who've had children. Now, we often, I'm going to show you the Pro device right now. This is the Halle Berry version. We'll highlight that for you. It's not included in a bundle, but some of you like to jump right to this one. This is the Menopause Award winner, just announced by Oprah Daily. But I will say that, we often promote this. See, very bright, very strong. That's that red light therapy. We often promote this as like for perimenopause or for menopause, right? But the reality is there are many reasons why you want to either strengthen your pelvic floor or maintain and preserve the strength of your pelvic floor. Mostly because you don't necessarily, it's like going to the gym. You don't have to wait till you're out of shape to go to the gym. It's often recommended, if possible, that you start earlier in your life so that you promote a healthy lifestyle, body, metabolism, all the things. So if you're a mom watching right now and you got an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old daughter and thinking like, man, I want to make sure she doesn't have to go through what I am going through right now, then grab her a V-Fit. I mean, like there's a preventative element to it. And also, of course, we know that, women that give birth, there are a series of issues. Postpartum, of course, Colette dealt with that herself too. Perimenopause, yes, but maybe a lack of pelvic floor strength. Maybe you're trying to get your vagina back in shape again. And so that's why the V-Fit, aptly named, is there to support you. And so I don't want you to feel you have to wait to a stage in your life. I know that we had one of the customer testimonials saying, I'm so glad that I was able to get this. And the one thing we don't want you at Joylux to have stand in your way is price. Now, we've offered some bundles, which is great, but we also have like the membership, which offers payment plans and gives you a series of products that support you and your intimate health as well. So there are many sort of pathways for you to be able to get your V-Fit, whether it is the classic V-Fit at $395 that, yes, you can get on a payment plan. Maybe you're looking at our starter kit that we have available. I definitely am going to say one of our best values today is our self-love bundle. This again includes not only your classic V-Fit device, you get the super cute strawberries with a little cheeky subliminal message there. You get the eye mask, super, take care of yourself. Red satin, really nice. There's actually nothing super Valentine's Day branded, so that eye mask you can wear all year round for sure. Now you're also getting the photonic wipes, and I want to talk a little bit about the photonic wipes. These are not your body wipes. These are your device wipes. So basically, after use, give them a little clean, and then, stick it in your included little pouch, little satin pouch. Now, if you're getting the Pro device, the pouch isn't pink. It's essentially like a bridal gown white. And you're also getting, as part of our Valentine's Day self-love bundle, you're also getting the photonic gel. So here's how you use the photonic gel. Remember, it's got hyaluronic acid. It's got skin-loving ingredients. It's completely clean, doesn't mess with your microbiome. This is also formulated by board-certified OBGYN Dr. Sarah. So what you're going to do is you're going to put, now I probably would just put a little on my hand and then go on there, but I'll just do this so it's official. So you just put a little on the end, and then you're just going to give it a little wipe around, and you're going to notice immediately it's not sticky. It does have a little bit of a slip. And we've had this question before, is this your lubricant? I'm going to say this is your device gel. So it does have a little bit of like I'm going to say a lubricating factor, but it's not your intimate sex gel. Okay. It's not your intimacy gel, if I should say that. That would probably be a little more elegant, but that's okay. It's just us girls, right? So then you can feel, actually, I can even feel that it's a lot easier to slide in, right? So in addition, obviously, to increasing the power of that red light therapy, which we know works on our body and on our face, right? Just think of it this way. We have an easy slip in, but also because it's got really great ingredients that promote your health inside your vagina. Like, it's not specifically like your official moisturizer for inside your vagina, but let's face it, there will be moisturizing ingredients that are in there because, of course, it is going inside. So easily slip, increases the power. We've got, again, that red light therapy. We've got the sonic vibration, several different modes. You can turn it off if you want. I'm going to do it just right now, but you do have the modes. Some are waves, some are pulsy, some are, straight ahead. You find what works for you, and don't be afraid to cycle through, because like anything, when you do the same exercise the same time, sometimes your muscles get a little bit complacent and you need to just do a little tweak to reactivate, again, the fitness, in this case, of your vagina. And we've got that gentle warmth. Does anyone have questions on the photonic gel or any of what I've talked about so far? Let me give a quick little check. Sandra. Okay, Sandra, I'm going to read your comment because she said, I'm not sure if this was addressed. Well, Sandra, even if it was addressed, I would go over it again for you because it's important you have clarity on everything. Sandra said, what's the device's shelf life? How many years before it stops working? You know what? That's a great question. I'm going to let Heather handle that. But what I'm going to tell you is that I have been presenting Joylux for not quite a year, but I have the Joylux. I use the Joylux. I also have several devices that I run ad nauseum because I'm presenting every couple of weeks, and everything still works amazingly. You get the plugins. So I also want to remind you too, this isn't like a device that expires per se. You have a plug-in, so you're charging. You can do a hard reset if for some reason you need to, and the Joylux team is always there to help you. Let's throw the number up again, Lauren, for anybody that has questions. Maybe they've got a device already. But it's like any kind of technology, right? The more you use, over time, right? But I've never heard of anyone going, oh, mine died. Now I will also, and that doesn't mean it can't happen, but I haven't heard that and I haven't experienced it. And we also have thousands of reviews online, but it is a device. Now, what I will say is, as some of you pick up maybe our classic device, whether it's solo, the starter kit, or as I have been talking about, the self-love bundle, you might be thinking, gosh, I think I'm ready to elevate to like the pro version. And you might be thinking, do I have to buy the Halle Berry device? No, you don't. If you have the original, if you have the classic, it's a simple software upgrade of $99, and we'll put that in the lineup for you as well. You can find out these details in the app, which is included. The access is free anyway. You can actually download the app, the Joylux app, anytime, but you'll be prompted to, hey, do you want to upgrade? So that's always there for you. But I encourage you to, even if you're picking up something like our Revitalize Her Vulva Serum, I encourage you to still download the app, because there will be certainly an ever increasing library of educational content. I expect in the future, as we're starting to see more of a community around menopause, I expect there will be more resources here, but it also helps you track your progress, your health symptoms, as well as your sessions on your VFit. You're going to get reminders, calendars, alerts. You can also leverage, I believe, the app almost a bit like a remote control. So you can actually control the device with the app as well. Maybe very convenient if you're sitting there scrolling around, right, on your social media anyway. But of course, everything can also be activated manually. So I hope that answered you, Sandra. Great. Okay, Sandra says, I already have one and I love it. I have the Halle Berry device. Great. Okay, well, this is a good time. So Sandra, tell us what you love about it. Like, what kinds of results have you experienced? And please only share what you're comfortable with. I never want to, pressure anyone into sharing more than they want, but we are a community of women. And we also know that we have some men supporters that watch the program. And a lot of it is because they also, clearly they have women in their life. And I applaud any man that is watching that is going, I should educate about what my wife or my mom or my sister or my partner or my best friend might be going through. And I'm not suggesting that you're necessarily buying, well, you might. I mean, what a great gift that would be, the device for your partner. But, sometimes it's as simple as saying, oh, honey, I know that you've been experiencing this. I'm going to send you a link to something I came across and, just send the link. Like, you don't even have to get in that deep about it. So I love it when, we have partners and best friends that support. And again, that red light therapy, look at the coverage. Now, this is the Halle Berry device. I call it that, Sandra, just like you, but it really is our pro device. Okay. So the VFit Plus. And this, when I call it the Halle Berry device, it's really that Halle, when she experienced the original VFit, she's like, I love it. It's a game changer, but she wanted something that was stronger and got her there faster. And let's face it, a lot of people do kind of want that pro experience. So that's where Halle Berry got involved with Joylux, with Dr. Sarah, and of course, Colette. And it's also why she not only participated in putting her, I'm going to say, stamp of approval for herself on the Pro device, but it's why she's also partnered with Joylux on the Let's Spin, which is FDA approved. And I can't remember, I know that this was up, I think, for a new beauty award, and I'm not sure if it won, but it was definitely nominated, and for good reason. So we'll get to this in just a second. I want to just, kind of finish up on some of the questions, and I'll go through some of the other products for you. This, again, does not come in a bundle. It comes again with your, almost like your, oops, I'm going to drop all my little cases here to make sure I don't drop all my devices. So it comes with more of like the bridal color satchel as opposed to the ballet slipper pink that your classic device comes with. I would recommend, again, for various reasons, the little bit of slip, the skincare that kind of just naturally is there because there is hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and all of that in your photonic gel, completely clean. This will, again, up the power of all your devices and give you the slip. So do you need it? I had that question before. No, you don't need it. You don't need it for this to work, but there are benefits to using it. And if, it's not really expensive, I think it's only, it's $25. So, and a little goes a long way. So this is always a good add-on for you as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm just sort of making sure. I see that Heather's answering a few. Cindy, is the app free? Yes, Cindy, the app is free. Right after the show today, download it. You can download it whether you've made a purchase or not. There are many reasons to download it, if for no other reason than feeling you've got someone who's got your back. And then when you are ready, we have the ability for you to, learn more about your devices. And you can also do that by watching our replays and clicking on the various devices and blogs and everything that is at joylux.com. So it really is a supreme community. And I invite you also to follow Joylux on Instagram. You'll see Halle Berry pop up there once in a while. You'll also see Dr. Sarah sharing great insights and information and advice. And of course, here we're here to answer whatever questions we can. So that's great. Okay, so Dawn, who said she was asking questions earlier, she says the red light allows deeper penetration of the serum, just like the red light for the face, I'm guessing. Yeah, you're exactly right. So I want you to think about what these, so maybe you've experienced like a tool, like I have almost like a micro needling tool that also has red light. And that promotes, in this case, healing, right? Because the micro needling is usually, making little tiny pinpricks in your skin. And so In that case, we're looking to heal. Now imagine if you are feeling razor blades down there, or you've got, symptoms that it's irritating. So think about it. There is likely some repair that is needed. And this is where the red light can help. It's also energy. So we have to remember that the red light is energy. And this is technology that is used by NASA, invented by NASA. There are medi-spas around the world. There are health clinics. There are surgeons. Like the red light therapy, it's not new, but having it on this device is something so incredibly innovative. And when we brought Joylux to the shopping channel, which is where I work in Canada, by the way, we sold out in the first show because nothing like this exists with all of these mechanisms that we see to support your vaginal health and your intimate health and wellness, which, by the way, should be considered just as important as every other element of your health and wellness, like your diet and your exercise. Think about your vagina. It's its own little ecosystem, right? It's almost like its own world. It needs to be supported nutritionally, which is why when we worry about and concern ourselves with what is in the products that we put on our body and our devices, and that they make their way inside our body, that we do need to be concerned. Is it going to nourish and support? Is it going to be friendly to our microbiome and pH? And so with confidence, you can really know that it does, because again, this is doctor formulated, board certified OBGYN. Dr. Sarah has formulated this. And again, with the technology that Colette experienced when she ran a series of medical grade kind of aesthetics offices and clinics, using red light therapy to support tissue repair, tightening, firming, repair, cellular regrowth. This is all that we're able to get, not just on the outside of our body. If you're using, again, I can't remember who it was, Sarah, I think, who is used for pain management, joint pain management, maybe on her knees, maybe on her hips, maybe on her shoulders, or maybe some of you have used those full face masks and look like some sort of alien and robot and, seen on TikTok. It's the same technology, but very intentionally coordinated with the gentle heat, with the sonic vibration, and the time that you're using this. So in the case of our classic device, which does come on its own, on its Valentine's Day self-love bundle, which I'm going to say is the bee's knees because it comes with all the stuff that you want. We also have a series of additional bundles. The most comprehensive bundle is for sure the rose gold bundle, which is still the classic device. Just has some fancier decor, but it runs the same, has the same energy levels, the same cycles as your original device. But with that rose gold bundle, you also get the wipes, the gel. You also get our Revitalize Her Vulva Serum, which I'll go to in just a little bit. And then, of course, as we've been talking about, our Halle Berry device, which is our pro version. So yes, it's the amount of time you're using it. It's the fact that you're doing it every other day. And also, I want you to realize too, that once you get into that 10 weeks, or maybe a little bit less for some of you, maybe if you're going a bit slower, it'll take a little longer, but that's okay, right? You don't need to run a marathon in the first day, but eventually what happens is you're going to go into maintenance mode, and maintenance mode is just once or twice a week. Now, I also want to remind you too, that if for some reason you go on a holiday and you're like, darn it, I forgot my V-Fit, or you didn't want to bring it for whatever reason, maybe you're in a hotel room and you don't feel you have enough privacy to your liking. I mean, you can be quite discreet with this if you want, but if you don't, you're not gonna lose your place in your vaginal wellness and fitness. You'll just get right back on board. And sure, if you take a week off, maybe you're going to go another week longer, but but you're not going to go back to start. So just like anything, maintenance is important. Just like with our diet and exercise, when you get to the weight you want, you're going to go maintenance. When you're, exercising and you feel you're at the place you want, you're going to mostly do maintenance. So I just want you to know that this device is here to support you. And if we look at the other options that are out there, it can come at a great cost and also a great investment sometimes in your health. Sometimes for people that aren't able to do hormone replacement, that's a real thing. I have a friend who's going through cancer treatments, and because of her chemotherapy, radiation, and I suspect some of the other medications she's on, hormone replacement therapy is not an option for her. And at $2,800 a year, neither is vaginal rejuvenation. And that's if the cost was the only concern. I've never gone through vaginal rejuvenation. I suspect there's probably a level of downtime, certainly invasiveness, and you've got to go into a clinic, and it's also very expensive. Now, if you have done vaginal rejuvenation, allow VFit to be your maintenance tool. You may be able to spread out the time if you really want to go through that process, or you may be able to go, okay, I've done vaginal rejuvenation. Now this is going to be how I maintain that. So I don't want you to feel there's a stigma on whatever choice you make, but the VFit here is to support you. It's affordable at $395, which is the original. Let me grab the classic out for you. So that would be the classic. And which, by the way, if you get the classic, you can get it on its own at $395. You get the proven technology, right? The full red light benefits. And if you don't want any of the extra stuff, then this is a perfect solution for you. Okay, right there. All of the different mechanisms. But if you do want some of our bundles, we do have the Empower Hermit bundle. And I know I'm talking about a lot of bundles. If you're watching on social media, the clarity would be so much there for you if you just went to joylux.com/pages/streams, because if you do that, you're going to see we have all the bundles listed right on the bottom, and you can just swipe and you go, oh, I like the classic. Do I want it on its own? Do I want the starter kit? Do I want the Valentine's Day bundle? Do I want the rose gold? Do I want to just pick up some skincare for her, some intimate her stuff, right? Things to take care of your intimate wellness. You can just go ahead and choose and shop. And I'm here to answer your questions, as is Heather from our team. Okay, Deb said, how does one clean the Joylux device if you don't have photonic wipes? Oh, really easy. Just some warm water and some antibacterial soap. So throughout this presentation, you know, what I hope for you as a big takeaway is that the VFit is here to support you regardless of which fanciness you decide to go with. Oops, I got two of the classic. Got two of them. There we go. So these are all here to support you, right? One's a little stronger. One's got a fancier design. They all come in different bundles. But no, just some warm water and antibacterial soap. Now, to Deb's point, I don't want you to feel like you have to pick up the wipes. But the wipes are here to support you in cleaning. For some people, it literally, you've used it in the morning and you're like, or at night before you go to bed, and now I'm tired and I don't want to go. I don't want to forget to clean it and then worry about, then you just take the wipes. Now these wipes, I want to make sure, and we have these available right now as well, $13 for the wipes. I think you get 30 of them. Literally, I mean, they're not very expensive, but they're also there to, you know, really make sure that your device is clean easily, not for your body. So these are not body wipes. Okay. Don't use these on your body. They are literally for your device. And it's just, again, you open up the little tab and you pull them out just like a regular little wipe. There we go. And you go like that. And then you just give it a nice little clean, right? And then when you're done, now, if you're picking up our Valentine's bundle, you actually could put it in the cute little case that it comes with here, which, by the way, has double entry pouches with a little divider. So you can also put some of your other things in there if you want. You can put some, you know, if you're still using pads or anything like that, you can do that as well. The one thing I will say, and I don't think I've ever talked about this on this show, but I used to on the shopping channel, is, you know, when women deal with weak pelvic floor strength, often, you know, and I'm not talking about when you need pads for your period, but just like in general, when we start to experience weak pelvic floor strength, we know that there are certain things that happen, right? Like you're very careful about laughing or sneezing. We know that. So a lot of times women will buy like little panty liners, and those come at a cost. They come at an environmental cost as well. So, you know, when you're looking at, again, one of the reasons that you want to keep your vagina strong and your pelvic floor strong, it is for those reasons as well. And so you might find that you don't have to purchase things like panty liners for the purpose of covering up any of the leakage, which is, again, another great benefit of your VFit. There are so many great benefits and things that come at a cost of supporting our women's intimate health that you may find you don't have to absorb literally with your VFit. Did you see how bright that went, right? Again, don't fear if you're watching for the first time. This is the brain, and this, again, is the only part you're inserting. Okay, I'm going to check if we have questions, and I'm going to go to some of the other products that we have. Everything is still available. I will tell you that Self-Love Bundle is specifically a Valentine's Day special. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there won't be any left if you are tuning in on February 15th, but these runs, we call them runs, are very limited. So the strawberry travel bag, the eye mask, right? maybe at Christmas time, there'll be a green mask. I have no idea if they decide to do that, but this is something kind of cool. It's kind of a little freebie, $421, what works out to be almost a $500 value. It's a really, really great buy, and so many great reviews online as well. Let me go. Yay, Tish. I forgot my bell. Ding, 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 ding. And self-love set. Yay, North Sea got the self-love. Wonderful. Sandra, or Deb, I'm glad I answered your question. Wonderful. Sandra said, I'm also going through chemotherapy for treatment of breast cancer, and the chemo threw me into menopause right away. I'm now considered postmenopausal, and the one thing I really noticed right away was the vaginal dryness. I have to say that there was noticeable improvement in moisture within the first week of using it. I also feel my pelvic floor has tightened up. I'm struggling a little bit with keeping up with the every other day schedule, but I'll get there, and I'm excited to see more positive results. Sandra, first of all, thank you for sharing your story. I know it's a very personal story, and thank you also for sharing how the VFit has helped you. And I want you to know that everything that you're doing to support your overall wellness is what you're supposed to be doing. So if ever, and I probably didn't say that the right way, but if you're struggling with the every other day, then maybe it's every 3 days or every 4 days. It's just going to take you a little bit longer to get there. But if you've already experienced the improvement in strength and natural hydration after the 1 week, then who cares if it takes you a little bit longer? As long as you're progressing, you're winning. So thank you for sharing. And please note that the treatment protocol is really kind of customizable. We created, and I shouldn't say we as though I did, but Joylux, Dr. Sarah, the team of doctors and OBGYNs said, here's how fast you can get to this stage if you use this protocol. If you're going to go slower or faster, you're going to get there a little slower or faster, but you're still going to see results. So thank you for sharing. And thank you again for taking your own health into your hands and making it a priority. And yeah, just like my friend, I'm sure you also experienced where some other solutions might have been out of your reach, like hormone replacement therapy. And this is really something that is here to support you long-term, before menopause, perimenopause, whatever it is that you need. So thank you for sharing. Dawn, I will let Heather answer the question about the average shipping time. That's just sort of housekeeping stuff. So I'll let, the little hearts are going. I like that. So Heather will answer that. Okay, I want to talk about some of the other products, and I don't want to bury the lead on, first of all, the Cold Her, because last time I went into the last 2 minutes on literally one of my favorite products, but please don't go anywhere because we will be talking about the serum, and we'll talk about the Let's Spin in just a second. But if you've ever felt like that hot flash, you know where it goes, right? It starts from your chest and it kind of works its way up, right? If you felt that, you know how incredibly uncomfortable it is. But I'm also not going to just sort of narrow in on hot flashes. I'm going to narrow on maybe you're breastfeeding and your nipples are sore. Maybe you just run a little bit warm. Maybe you are a runner and you run warm, or it's hot out and you are warm. So maybe you've sort of thought, okay, I've got sore nipples or I got a hot flash. Let me grab this and throw it. Okay, this is, you probably don't see it. I don't want to get it on my computer, but it's all drippy and that. And it's also, this is not flexible. It is what it is. I guess in a pinch, sure. But you can't shove it in your bra. And it's certainly not very discreet. And my hands are wet and it's messy. And of course I didn't bring a napkin, but anyway. So enter my little pick. I swear by these, and I highly recommend you pick up at least a couple. And I certainly don't want to spend your money for you, but these are only $21. And right now, this is essentially a solid. It's nice and cool right now, especially when you touch it. You can start to feel the coolness happening, and I'll explain how that works in a second. But this is going to get inserted into your bra. Now, at its solid state, now if I want to bend really hard, I could. But essentially, it's the texture or the consistency of almost like a hardened, what do you call it? Coconut oil. Okay, so that's kind of what it's at right now. Now, for about 1 hour, I have had one inside my little bra, but I don't want to, I pinched my nipple there, sorry. Too much information. I put this in my bra because I want to show you what it looks like when the face, and apparently I'm running really hot today because this is what it looks like now. And you can, and now if I had left this in longer, all of this would be liquefied, but you are literally seeing how we went from here to here. So what happens is I always say it's almost like a bit of like an empathy insert, because it takes what you don't want, which is the heat, and it takes it on itself. And so when you have this on, it actually gives you the coolness and absorbs your warmness, which is why even touching this right now, it feels like body temperature warm because it's absorbed obviously my heat. And you can see there's still a little bit of coolness left in there, but this is why I also like having a couple around, because if you're just someone who runs hot and it's less even about a hot flash, like right now, I'm ready to stick another set in. So host pick for sure, almost like a bit of a microfiber kind of on the other side. I'm on the same sets that I had from the very beginning. So these have lasted almost a year. Again, the only reason I say pick up maybe a few is because maybe you want to keep some in your purse, in your gym bag, by the nightstand. And as we start to get ready for spring, summer, and maybe weddings, this is such a great, it seems like a weird gift maybe that you put in your little bridesmaids packages or for your mother-in-law. But believe me when I say, they'll be like, this was way more impactful than some of the gifts that they probably get. And you'll get a lot more use than that bridesmaid's dress that no one ever wears again. I'm not saying you don't get the bridesmaid's dress. I'm just saying value is found in different things, and it doesn't always have to cost a lot. So this is a great, great buy. Sandra says, oh, good, Sandra and Tish just got them. Great. Dawn said, literally at the gym, but I have to say, great job on the presentation. I will be ordering. Oh, you're at the gym right now. Oh, good for you. Well, thank you for watching the presentation. We still have a few minutes left, but Dawn, I know you got to go. And yeah, you're going to the gym, and this is the gym for your vajayjay, your vagina. Okay, let me talk. I want to make sure we cover, of course, this incredible FDA-approved lubricant from Halle Berry. Now, we have been talking earlier about the Pro device and how Halle Berry has literally kind of put her Respin by Joylux, her endorsement, I guess that's the best word, on our Pro device, which is available right now at joylux.com. If you're watching the live stream event, you just press the button. It's very easy. But let's talk about the Let's Spin. So this is your gel for your device, and it does, yes, have a little bit of slip, but this is not your sex gel. This isn't your playtime gel. This is literally for your device, and it does make insertion a little more comfortable for those of you that feel like you need a little slip. This is your intimacy gel, and I'm gonna, and I could have said sex gel, but literally it's intimacy. So whatever intimacy means to you, it doesn't necessarily have to be sex, okay? Halle likes to call it spinning, and she even addresses that, right? Enhances comfort during intimate moments, unparalleled hydration, relieves pain with sex, treats vaginal dryness. Now, I won't waste time pulling up the video on, I might if I have time later, but there's a great video on the Joylux Instagram page, which I do invite you to subscribe to or follow. She has a really great video on why she created this. So, you know, she said, you know, if you've ever felt razor blades when you've been having sex, as she had, right? The best products are created out of someone's personal need for a solution, realizing they're probably not alone, which is exactly what Colette did with the V-Fit. And so did Halle with the Let's Spin. She said she didn't find something on the market that had what this could have. And because this is board certified, OBGYN formulated with Dr. Sarah, let's pull up again the picture, Dr. Sarah, Halle, and Colette, there are skin loving ingredients in here. So hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, all the good stuff. It's unscented, it's unflavored. This is not you going and getting some weird blow on it blueberry slip and slide that might give you a UTI. That's not this. This has hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, gluconolactone. I might have actually, oh my gosh, someone record that and make a meme. I might have actually said it for the first time correctly ever. Probably not. I'm sure Dr. Sarah's going to, yeah, not quite. But anyways, I tried. But the point is we're talking about additional hydrating ingredients. Now, this is not sticky. It's not slimy. It's definitely got a slip, right? But here's what you can feel confident about is as this, of course, goes inside your vagina, because this is going to be on something that goes inside your vagina, something, whatever that something is, this is going to be good for your insides, right? So 95% of women who, you know, use this said intimacy was more comfortable. I'm also going to say, if there are men watching, you can pick this up too. This is the best gift. You keep this at your nightstand, my friends. This is what you do. This is for everyone's comfort. 83%, it relieved vaginal dryness. 86% made intimacy more pleasurable. 93% soothing and enjoyable to use. That's based on 100 participants who were using this 2 times weekly. And for Halle Berry, this was about her getting back to spinning. And when she was on the Oprah Winfrey show, with this very product. She said, if you want your what did she say? If you want to have a juicy peach, or for your peach to feel juicy. Anyways, there's peaches and juiciness involved in there. She invited everyone to try this. Now we do have 2 sizes available. I get this question all the time, like, is this a different formulation? No, this is literally a tube that you squeeze. Okay, and it is 40 mils. I'm sorry, 40 mils. This one here is 60 mils. I don't know why I have to always look at it. You think I'd remember it by now. Glass bottle, really pretty. Almost looks a bit like an apple. It can go on your nightstand. Elegant. It's an elegant formulation, unscented, unflavored. And I know why that sounds weird, but trust me, I remember the days of going to like the Rexall or whatever, and there's like this blow on it blueberry, something sticky and gross. And I don't even know who created it. I don't want to diss other brands that are out there, but be mindful that with Joylux, you can count on the fact that you've got doctor formulated products. You've got doctor and science product, scientists and doctors and laser experts that are creating the products that you get with Joylux. So I want you to feel confident that, I can't say what the others have and don't have. What I can tell you is what Joylux has. And there's a reason why there are thousands of reviews and over 3,000 published studies on the safety and efficacy of red light therapy, which again, we know it. I mean, even as I have it to my face, in theory, maybe, but there are actually devices that use red light therapy. Sometimes there's like little microneedling devices. Sometimes they're full masks. So especially as you're starting to look on social media and seeing more awareness about red light therapy, just remember Joylux has been doing this for some time, and NASA has been using red light for some time as well for cellular regrowth, for renourishment, and all of the things that we know are also going to benefit us down there. Now, I do want to also talk about our Revitalize Her. This is part of our Empowerment Rose Gold bundle. So if you are looking, and I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this bundle, this again is the classic device, but it is there. If you're at joylux.com watching the show, go under live shopping, right? It's live right now. You can watch us on replay. You're getting a bunch of other things. And so this is really a great value. Like if you kind of want all the extra things, plus the proven red light therapy of the classic device, sonic vibration, gentle warmth, you get the wipes, you get the gel. We've talked about that already. You get a digital menopause manual. You also, of course, get access to the app, but you're also getting the Revitalize Her serum, also top rated, beautiful rose gold packaging, teardropper thing or eyedropper application. It's a serum texture because no one wants to put anything too creamy and thick down there. Like, let's be honest. This is not for inside. Okay, this is your vulva serum. So think of it as a vulva moisturizer that happens to be a serum texture. And I'm just going to show you. And by the way, this smells delicious, like really delicious. So mandarin orange blossom oil, coconut oil, like beautiful. Like when you think about the kind of ingredients that are in here, you'd be thinking, gosh, I wonder if I can use that on my face, or the fact that it's on my hands and, maybe there's a little bit, rub it into your hands, right? You're going to apply it on your clean skin, right? So you've maybe had your shower. I mean, you can put it on during the day, of course, as well. But I always think of like when I put my regular skincare on. So, maybe you've had your shower, your bath, and you've used your She Bar cleansing bar, which by the way, also has that same complementary kind of fragrance, natural fragrances, mandarin orange blossom, shea, vitamin E, all these beautiful things. So that's your cleansing bar. It's not a soap. Cleanse, then moisturize, right? And then maybe like a little sexy time. Right? Or your treatment, whatever order you want to do it in is great, but really beautiful formulations. And again, created for your comfort. This lasts a really long time. It's only $45. I think it's still only $49. Okay, $49. Lasts little goes a long way. And I will say that, many people, I think probably at the beginning when I was presenting this is like, what, like grandma didn't use a vulva moisturizer. Well, that doesn't mean grandma wouldn't think she want one. And I will tell you that there are, for centuries, women have used things like coconut oil down there to relieve, vulva dryness and all of that. And so, you have some of that in here, but you also have other ingredients. Now, it's important that you don't use whatever you use on your face down there, because a lot of your facial serums will have like actives, retinol, vitamin. You don't do that. But if you did want to use this on your face, you certainly could. Your face would be grateful for the quality of ingredients and this elegant formulation. So read the reviews for yourself. Check this out. It's available here at joylux.com. If you're watching the replay, you can also watch previous shows if you want, just to sort of see if the presentation's a little different. Sometimes we spend a little more time on certain products, but yeah, definitely worth picking up. If you've tried it, let me know. Yeah, and Marcia B says lube goes inside as well. Yeah, so just to confirm, this is for your vulva. And yes, you are right, Marcia. So the reason why it was really important to acknowledge that your Let's Spin is formulated by an OBGYN, clean ingredients, pH balance, doesn't mess with your microbiome. Of course, because it's going on either a device or something else, of course it's going to make its way inside. What I'll also tell you is that some of this also ends up on the outside, and this will also support your health of your vulva as well, again, because of the skin loving ingredients like the hyaluronic acid, like the aloe and all of that. But yes, it does make its way inside. Now, this isn't officially your moisturizer. So I think I just want to clarify, Marcia B, it's not specifically your moisturizer. Will it moisturize? Absolutely. Absolutely. If your budget today is this and you decide, okay, I'm going to use this as my lube and maybe I'll use a little on my vulva, have at her. It's not necessarily going to give you the comprehensive benefits of this though. But no, I don't want to dissuade you from understanding that this does have skin loving ingredients. But this again is more of your intimacy gel, whereas this is not. And this will absorb, so you can see even right now, snap, right? Not slippery, moisturizing, smells delicious. Even with the She Bar, which does have, again, a bit of that beautiful aroma, that it doesn't linger. So it's sort of while you're experiencing it, and then it's just sort of a whisper. So quickly, because we're nearing the end here, why the cleansing bar? Well, first of all, we know for a fact, right, a little itchy nose. We know for a fact that soap is not good down there, right? And your vagina is a self-cleaning entity. This is not for your inside, right? This is for your outside. Now, I'm not suggesting that sometimes a little suds don't kind of steep in there. No, nothing's going to happen. But you're not using this for inside. This is your cleansing bar, and not just for your vulva and your intimate areas. It can be used on your whole body if you want. There's no soap ingredients in this. It's absolutely lovely. It's $13. So it's a really great buy. I know some of you stock up. There are actually bundles. I don't think we have them scripted in our show, but as you watch the show and you're clicking through and seeing what's what, we do have, sometimes you can get like 3 and there's a little bit of break. So, but if you've never experienced it, pick up one and see what the hype is about. Again, top rated as well. Yay, Tish, way to go. Congratulations. I'm really glad you picked up the bar. I don't know if you have it before and you were just restocking. And I see Tish also got the serum. Well done. Really, really happy for you. Okay, I want to just present also our final item, and then I'll just quickly revisit the VFit in case any of you are joining, or if you're a little on the fence, or if you just want to see just a quick sort of lightning round of it, because I know sometimes the presentations, I'm answering questions and all that, but I'll give you a lightning round, sort of what's what. So this again is not an inside product. This isn't even a vagina or vulva product. This is literally a body butter. So why, of course, now I've got my little, there we go, my little lube on my hands. And you can see I've been using this. So why present to you I'm going to take this off, I'm getting warm now. Why present to you a body butter? Well, we know that with menopause, we talk about vaginal dryness, of which we know the VFit will help. We know, of course, also that our lube will help a bit as well. And of course, we've got our serum, but we also dry out everywhere. We literally, our whole body eventually makes its way from the lovely grape with the bounce back to the raisin, right? That's why we get lotions and potions for our face and do the red light therapy for our face and all sorts of things. So our body actually, we get very dry. I'm sure you've experienced this as well. I constantly get these dry patches, in particular on my arm. So this is like a true body butter, unscented, ultra rich, all clean, vegan, paraben free. And again, Dr. Sarah is on board with this. I mean, we've got a whole team of experts in their field. Aloe, we know aloe is also, what did grandma do, right? You made it, you cut yourself, ripped off an aloe leaf and squeezed it out on you. You got to burn all that stuff. So very healing. I, again, as per usual, take way too much. That little amount I put on my thumb went literally all the way up my arm, and I still have enough to be able to, maybe not quite the other arm, but certainly on my hands. It's a very elegant, beautiful cream, worth picking up if you are looking for a body butter. More so also if you're just building up your cart and you're like, oh, I need some body butter. Oh, I might as well try this one. Instead of going to another store and picking up one, why not try one that has been designed by a doctor and to support, again, your overall health and wellness. Oh, Lisa, yeah, you got the intimacy gel. Really happy. Oh, Marcia said, how do you insert the Let's Spin? Is there a syringe? No. This is your lubricant, Marcia B. So, you can literally, you can squeeze it right on, whatever the thing is. If it's a natural human appendage, fingers, anything else, and you can just rub it in, right? You just go like that. And then you're ready to go. This is I swear I'm not trying to give you a sex ed here. I can tell the Joylux ladies are like, oh my gosh, Dawn, get out of this rabbit hole. But if you're trying to get in that rabbit hole, the Let's Spin is going to make it a little bit easier. Let's face it. You could also just squirt right on yourself if you want, or just put it on your hand and just go ahead and rub in. I mean, think of it. It's a lubricant. This is your intimacy gel. So no, you don't need a syringe because you're not inserting the lubricant inside your body. It will, of course, it's going to make its way in your body because of whatever you're putting it on that goes inside your body. I hope that makes sense. But no, it's not an internal lubricant. It's not that. It's literally your intimacy gel. Now, when we're talking now, Marcia B, if you're talking about natural lubricant, meaning your own natural hydration, this is where the VFit comes in. Okay, so I want to be very clear. Like, this is to support, I'm going to just say playtime if I was to maybe really segregate it. This is to support your body and your vaginal health and wellness. Let's put up the clinicals if we can, Lauren, just to be very clear about what the VFit does for you. So increased sensation, right? Hydration, natural hydration, which can, again, improve your wellness, improve your sensation, right? Because now you're not like, ouch, this hurts, because you're increasing your natural hydration and bringing you that confidence. So Marcia, I hope that explains it to you. And the reason that, and if it doesn't, please let us know. And of course, we'll put the phone number up at the end as well, that you're always welcome to ask questions. And I invite you also, feel free to talk, next time you go to your doctor, ask them about what the VFit does. They might not necessarily, a lot of doctors do know about the VFit, but they will definitely know about red light therapy. They definitely know about the benefits of sonic vibration. They definitely know the benefits of the warmth, right? Because we're talking about the things that support your vaginal wellness, your intimate wellness, bringing you perhaps back to a state that you haven't seen in years since you've gone into perimenopause or menopause, or because of childbirth, you've got a weakened pelvic floor, and no matter how many Kegels you think you're doing right, at the times you think you're supposed to be doing them, but oh yeah, a month has passed, you have a device that will fill those gaps literally, but also supports and so much more if you think of this as your personal trainer. So yes, that red light therapy, we know that it promotes cell production and regeneration. We know that it supports collagen production. We know this because we have probably either paid a Medi Spa to do it for us after a facial. We have maybe bought at $1,200. I was just watching the shopping channel the other day, and this full mask with red light therapy for $1,200. Now, I'm not saying that's not worth it, but I want you to understand the relevancy of this technology and the proven 3,000 published studies, the majority by women, on the safety and efficacy of red light therapy, which is why the FDA has said, yes, what an incredible health and wellness device in the VFit. And with, again, the proof being the doctors recommending this, all but writing a prescription. And for some of you, you might actually have coverage with your insurance plan. Not everyone's the same, so you have to do the investigation. But if you are trying to make a difference in your life, and in your sexual wellness and your overall well-being and how you feel about yourselves at whatever age you are, because we are relevant to the day we die. And then even then, who knows what happens. But what I'm saying is that you deserve to feel your best and to enjoy, if it's a sex life or if it's just personal comfort or just feeling like yourself, you deserve that. And so red light therapy helps you get there. NASA uses this, right? So that's how the VFit works. It's 3 mechanisms. Very quickly, again, regardless of which device you're taking, again, there's different bundles. Both of these are the classic. One comes with a bundle, One comes on its own, but also with bundles. And then we've got the Pro version, but they all use the same mechanism. So for clarity, just to remind you, you get your plug-in, you get your, your little pouch to put it in. It all works the same size, okay? There's on, 6 minutes, 1 to 2 weeks, 8 minutes, 1 to 2 weeks. If you want to go 3, you can go 3. It doesn't matter. There's no hard and fast rule that way. You're going to know when it's time to move on and upgrade. Just like when the weights start feeling light, you up the weight. Same thing. Now we're up to 10 minutes. Hold it down. Immediately light. Red light goes on. Sonic vibration. Different way, like different. Now it's going. Can you hear this? I feel like we can create a band right here. So different cycles, right? There's more cycles again on the Halle Berry version, right? All of that. But then did you see how bright the light was? So that again is that red light therapy, LEDs, 6 high-powered LEDs, made stronger with the photonic gel, which does come in your self-love bundle. And of course, you're going to clean your device afterwards with your photonic wipes, which do come in your self-love bundle. When you're all done, you can put your wipes and your gel and everything right in here in your nice little carry case, which little cheeky design there. I got to cut a strawberry open and see if that's the real shape. I think they were playing on us, but it is cute. And it's discreet enough. And then of course, you're getting the nice satin eye mask. So that's a great bundle. I also personally love the Empowerment bundle, which does come with the wonderful serum. That said, you could also pick up the self-love kit and just add the serum to your bundle if you want. You would pay a little more than the Empowerment, but at the end of the day, maybe you really want that strawberry case. So I don't want to say for you. I think that's it for questions. Oh, let me ask, just double check questions. Gigi, I have the device. I've been treating about 2 to 3 times a week. The times I don't feel like the heat is really intense. Okay, so the heat is not supposed to be intense, Gigi. So I want to make sure you understand that. The heat is a gentle heat. It should be literally a cozy feeling, like almost like, so it's not cold, if that makes sense. But no, that's actually a really good comment, Gigi, because I don't want you to think that this is supposed to be like it's supposed to get hot. Like it is definitely not supposed to get hot. It's 40 degrees Celsius, which literally this is created again by Dr. Sarah, obviously Colette, but there's also like scientists and laser experts, like the same kind of laser experts that work on laser resurfacing and face and all that. And it has to be at only a certain level because literally we have to make sure that we're not causing damage in like a sensitive area. So it's a very intentional, it's not like, let's just pick a temperature that feels nice. It's actually to promote cellular regrowth, tissue repair, and all of that. So Gigi, no, it's not supposed to get warm. That's not true. You said you feel like it doesn't get very warm. It's not supposed to get to a warm where you go, oh my gosh, this is really warm. I hope that makes sense. I probably could have explained it more eloquently, but I hope that makes sense. And so Heather, let me read what Heather says. Gigi, make sure you're doing the 6-minute session until you are comfortable. If it feels too warm, make sure the device is fully inserted. Yeah, and maybe I misunderstood because I feel like, oh, you said, I feel like the heat is really intense. I thought you said it didn't feel intense. So yes, you want to work your way up. That's part of the reason too that you're doing the 6 minutes, okay? Because your body has to get used to what you're doing as well, right? It has to get used to this new thing that you're doing, which again is proven technology. It's effective, thousands of reviews online. And so Gigi, sorry if I confused it a bit, but again, that also is a reminder too, that yes, you do sometimes need to build it up until your body gets a little bit used. You have to acclimatize, if that makes sense, okay? There we go. I think that's it. Do we answer all the questions? Wonderful. Okay, Gigi, I'm going to let you handle your conversation with Heather just because I know that you've got a very specific. And also, please call Joylux if you have any questions. There's nothing that you could ask that they're not going to be able to answer for you or be able to get an answer for you. Obviously, I know what I know, and you can always reach out to me. But if there's something I don't know, clearly the team at Joylux has a lot more knowledge, and they also have all the doctors at their disposal as well. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking your self-care and your intimate care into your periphery of being a priority. Especially now, we need to be our own best advocates. And the team at Joylux is sort of like an extension of your advocacy, creating this award-winning device and an incredible technology that can help you get and live the life that you deserve. So my name is Dawn Chube. Thank you so much for watching, and live your best life. Happy Valentine's Day, Galentine's Day. Give yourself a little self-love, give yourself a little kiss in the mirror, and treat yourself with the love and respect that you deserve. Have a great one.